Okay, Xavier, we have been talking about setting a few goals for yourself. Just so I make sure you and I are on the same page, can you tell me the reasons why we set goals for ourselves?
To look forward to something in the future.
That is correct. Setting goals is actually a good way for us to kind of focus on things we want, things we need, like our hopes and dreams. And it's, a concrete way of us trying to strive for something in the near future or distant future. So setting goals takes two things. It does require you to have commitment and time. Are those some things that you think you'll be able to do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have anything going on.
Okay, well, and to start off, just goals can be long term or short term. So I gave you some paper so I can kind of work along with you. Tell me some of the goals that you're looking for yourself. Kind of give me an idea what some of the goals are you want for yourself.
Well, I would like to move out.
Okay.
I would like to eventually land in some stable some job.
Okay.
I don't think it really even matters right now what job. I would like to get back into school, but I keep forgetting I do need a car because of where I live. Transportation is a must.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much the basics.
Okay, so what I'm actually hearing you say is that you would like to move out of the house, you would like to land a stable employment, you would eventually like to go back to school, and you need a car. So those are some pretty nice goals that you're shooting for yourself. If we can make it a little more specific, what we refer to as like SMART goals, can you say, give me like maybe a time frame of when you're looking to accomplish these goals, or maybe put these goals in order of priority for yourself?
Well, I need a car, but I need a job because I need money to buy the car.
Okay.
So I'm thinking the job has to be first, even though I do want to move out now, but the job has to be first.
Okay, so you want to focus on getting you a job. Okay, and then your next thing, but once you get a job, you want to focus on getting you a car.
Definitely. 'Cause I
Okay,
need to move around, getting back and forth to the job. I could take on more hours.
so your priority is going to be getting a job, getting a car, and the other two things you mentioned were moving out and going to school. So where would those two fall on your priority list?
Well, some schools have housing, so that could be like two birds, one stone kind of thing, maybe. But that depends on what school I go to. And I'm trying to go to a specific school, but I don't have specific money for that.
So job, car, housing, potentially included with school. So I guess the school and housing and the move out would be. Can we combine those as like one goal?
Yeah,
Okay. So how soon are you looking to get a job?
I need this job within at least the next 2 months. I would like to say 3 weeks and put the pressure tighter, but at least a month. A month. I need a job within a month.
Okay. And how soon after you get a job are you looking to get a car?
I would like to say within that same month. I don't know if that's possible though. Or the following. So another month or so. Because that all depends on how much money I do make within the time and what I can afford.
So you're looking to get a job within at least a month. So that'll be 30 days. You're looking to get a car within 60 days of getting a job. And then how soon would you be thinking about going back to school
That's like 2, 3 months off.
after you get a job? So I need when you say it's like 2 or 3 months off, can you kind of elaborate? I guess if you can give me more of a valid time frame.
Well, if after landing the car, I'm trying to think like considering how the job would be going. If I could fit school in, I could do that within the next 2 months. It has to be 2 months. I need some kind of breather space time to get everything situated once having a car. Because schedules could change.
Okay. Well, let me just say this. A lot of times when you're setting goals for yourself, we always try to say that the goals should be SMART goals. Are you familiar with that term?
I mean, isn't no.
Okay. If you don't mind, would it be okay if I tell you a little bit more about what a SMART goal is?
Sure.
Okay, a SMART goal is something that's, and it's just an acronym for how we would determine how we would, go about getting those goals into more concrete things for ourselves. So a SMART goal is something that's specific, like what will you achieve? And it's something that's measurable, like how much would it cost, or how will you know you've actually reached that goal? It's something that should be attainable, realistic, and timely. You do have quite a few good goals that you set for yourself: getting a job, obtaining a car, housing, possibly included with school. But right now, looking at these things, so anything under 6 months will be considered a short term goal, for example. And these all look like you're putting on a short term goal. Your job you set within 1 month, which is about 4 weeks. You said once you get a job, you'd like to get a car, which is 60 days. So that'll be another, say, 90 days. So that'll be 4, 8, 12. That'll be 12 weeks. And then the last thing after that, you said after 2 months of getting a job and getting a car, you would like to eventually enroll in school. So school, you put about 2 months. Right now, I don't show any like long-term goals that you have set up for yourself. I do have quite a few short-term goals that are in place. And so let's just look at the first one, if that's okay. I was asking you to write some things down on your paper. It's okay. If you don't mind going to page 2, and then we can start from there. And we're going to put everything under your short-term goal right now, just so we can see how things are working. So your first goal is to get a job within a month. So just say 30 days, right? So is that goal specific for you?
Definitely.
Okay, so that is something that you can achieve by getting a job within 30 days. So if you don't mind, just as we go over these SMART goals, you check them off to show that you did, that they are SMART goals for yourself. So you said it is specific. Measurable well, pretty much is this something that you would be able to reach? Do you think you'll be able to obtain a job in 30 days?
I think so.
Okay, so then at that point, you could check off that it's also a measurable goal for yourself. And then for attainable, is that getting a job, is that something that you can do?
Yes.
Okay, that's attainable, or able to be reached. And the last thing, I shouldn't say the last thing, but one of the other things for a SMART goal is realistic or relevant. This getting a job is important to you, correct?
Definitely.
And it's a priority, it's something that really can't wait.
Definitely. So
that's definitely going to be the R in the SMART. And the last thing is like time bound. Is there a time frame or deadline that you're giving yourself to reach this goal?
No, not necessarily, but I feel like if I put a specific number in front of my face, it kind of makes like an invisible deadline without there being a definite one.
Okay.
Because it puts a pressure on me to do it more.
Okay. Well, just remember, because as we were talking about setting goals for ourselves, it does require time and commitment. So if you're saying that you want to get a job in 30 days, it's specific, it's measurable, you're able to achieve it, and it's relevant. But if you're unable to give it a timeline, then it doesn't seem like it's going to be a SMART goal. You have to kind of, commit to reaching that particular goal by a certain time frame. Not saying, say if you give yourself 30 days, like you indicated, you're giving yourself 30 days to find a job. That would be what I would consider the timeline. But say, for example, if the 30 days pass, you can always tweak your timeline. This 30 days is not something that's set in stone. So you're not held by that. But just based on these standards, this is not a SMART goal for you because you're not setting a time frame to have this goal accomplished. Does that make sense?
I suppose.
Okay. I mean, if you want to just talk about it again. So we're talking about a job, and you said that it was something that was specific to you. It was a measurable thing. You thought it was something that was reachable. It's also relevant. I think where we just got kind of hung up, and I was asking you questions, and I do apologize if I caused you any confusion. When I asked you, was it time bound? And you said, well, no, not really. But in actuality, you did give it a time frame. You gave it 30 days. You think that's okay?
I mean, that is okay. I mean, I have my moments where I'm kind of unsure, but I'm committed.
Okay, so you are committed to try to find a job within 30 days. Okay, if that's going to be the case, then looking for a job and getting it in 30 days is something that would be considered a SMART goal, which means that is something that is attainable for you. And if you don't mind, can you just tell me for looking for a job, for example, because right now your monetary issue will come after you get a job. You can purchase a car, then you can eventually go to school or do like on-campus housing, for example. Is it okay for right now if we just stick with the job portion and we can revisit the others and just do the same process?
That's definitely important right now.
Okay, so then for your short-term goal is going to be looking for a job within 30 days. And now we call it short-term goals again because it is under 6 months. So for example, when we're talking about an action plan, these are things that you would do or that's needed to do in order for you to make this job thing happen. Do you have any idea like what type of information, tools, or other resources you'll need to get a job within 30 days? Like what would your process be to get that happening?
Well, I have a phone, a smartphone. I have Indeed, Snag a Job. I do use both of those. I have my resume on both of those. As far as assistance from a professional, They have other apps that actually have live people on there that do that, but I don't think I'm. I mean, the most I can do is either ask somebody who already has a job, or maybe talk to a temp agency as far as being directed to who needs work. Transportation, nope, because I have no car, so I'm taking a bus.
Okay.
Um, I mean, my parents, I could, as far as resources go. Luckily, they're still alive, so yeah, I can
Okay.
call them. Um, Other than that, it's just, I mean, yeah, having the phone right now is a big help. Being
Okay.
able to search jobs anywhere.
Okay.
It's just sometimes they're not in the area, so that's why I need the job for the car
Okay.
because yeah, that's not gonna work for me.
Okay, so just to kind of, just kind of, recall what I heard you say is that you do have a lot of steps. So you have a phone where you can actually look up job opportunities online or via the internet or library. You have a couple websites that you put in place, like Indeed and Snag a Job.
Mhm.
There's other like apps that go with your Android phone that allow you to look for jobs. You can use referrals from friends and family to help you set the job. You can go through a temp service. Right now, you don't have a vehicle, but you can use the bus to get to and from. So it has to be a job that's somewhere
Yeah.
close by if possible. And then, you're always on the search for jobs. So as you're using these different steps or these steps and these resources to obtain those jobs, say for example, when you're looking at Indeed and Snag a Job, and you want to be hired within 30 days, remember you gave yourself a time frame of 30 days. When are you going to actually start to do that, or these are things that you've already been doing?
What am I gonna start to do? What?
Search for like use these action steps to look for the job so you can be employed within 30 days to meet your time frame.
Well, depending on when the time frame starts, I will be doing it now, but I'm already doing that anyway.
Okay, so you're doing it now. And then say you do how you say you're going to search for, are you searching weekly, daily, what how
Daily.
much searching? Okay, daily. You're searching
As
daily.
far as gauging the time, I don't know, but I'm definitely doing that daily. Daily.
Xavier, one of the other things I heard you say is that you also utilize referral from friends. I'm like, how soon would you be able to contact a friend to get a job lead, do you
I
think?
can definitely do that today as well.
Okay. So you contact a friend today, and then if they do have any job leads for you and you follow through, how soon would it take you to follow through with those job leads?
If not, if, almost immediately.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Okay, it sounds like you have some good plans in place. You do have a good action. You have resources available, like you use your phone to get online, to use the internet services to connect yourself to needed resources like employment websites like Indeed and Snag a Job. You also have a plan in place that if you have to go to a temp service, like for example, you told me today was May 1st, and you can start go to a temp service and put in some applications, see what they have available, and you would like to have, visit as many you can by the end of the week. So that gives you 4 days to get that thing done. And then you always have your parents as potential resources. They can help you out financially as you're searching for a job because you don't have a vehicle. They can loan you their car, or they can also help you get your Metro card situated. Well, right now, it doesn't look like any of the goals that you have set for yourself really involve any type of monetary goals. And if you had something, for example, I know you did mention that you don't budget, but you want to learn how to budget. That would be the next thing you and I would talk about. If you wanted to get more deeply involved or get more like down to the nitty gritty as far as financial budgeting money once you actually get it in hand. Because I know you're not employed right now, and you
Yeah.
need more. Like direct access. A good place to start would be like a financial advisor or a free financial counselor. They
Where's
can
that?
give you more information. Oh, they actually have them. They're available online. You can go to free financial counseling. Sometimes you can go to credit unions or banks. I mean, right now, I think First Community Credit Union is offering free financial counseling for anybody who wants to come in and talk about it. And they'll actually help you with things like setting up budgets for yourself, how to open a checking and savings account, for example, and they can tell you, which plan fits best for you because they sometimes have plans that where you don't have to put any money down. So they open up a checking and savings account. They'll tell you what the requirements are, like such as a driver's
Yeah,
license,
I know
a
that.
valid ID. Okay.
That
But just based on what you're telling me, the things that you kind of instituted for yourself, a job, a car, potentially going back to school, those are definitely some good goals you set for yourself. They are SMART goals. Right now, it looks like the job is going to be the most important thing to you. I think you said was one of your priorities, and then a car, and then housing slash school. So what I say is, if you don't mind, I know you and I only meet once a month. When you come back, do you mind if you and I kind of revisit some of these things we talked about today? Okay, because I definitely want to check back with you with the job situation just to see if the goal you put in place, if by the end of your 30 days, if you are truly employed with an employer, and then to see how we're going to help you proceed to your next step.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for coming in, Xavier. Have a good night.
All right.